Okay.
Hello everyone, it's Rebecca Carlson with Cole Banker Bain. I'm here with my colleague Kevin. I don't know if you want to turn around and say hi to everybody. Here at 1432 Palm Avenue Southwest in North Admiral. It's an amazing day and we're super excited to show you a little bit more about this fantastic view home in the North Admiral neighborhood of West Seattle. It's listed for $2,195,000. It's over 3,800 square feet and it has about a 4,000 square foot lot. So with that, I think let's just go ahead and get started and come on inside.
Sounds good.
So we'll go downstairs first and I'll have Kevin kind of take you down and I'll narrate. So as we go downstairs, there's tons of closet space on either side. And as he goes down the stairs, he's going to take a right, and there's your guest bedroom here, and that's a pull-out couch. And then it also has a 3/4 bath, and that's where the laundry room is as well. And even from this bedroom, you'll see as you go past the window, you actually have views of downtown Seattle.
Here's the pull-out couch. The laundry room.
And then as you come into this room, as you can see, my client uses it as a dual office space. And then there's access to the attached 2-car garage here. Now, you don't have to use this as office space. There's a lot of flex space in this house. You may want to use it as an additional TV room, gaming room, or would actually make a really great staging area with a nice little kitchenette down here to access the amazing backyard and patio space. So let's go take a look at that. So as you'll see, you have total views of the Space Needle, downtown, the stadiums, and the mountains. Of course, Elliott Bay as well. And there's 2 different patio areas back here. Over here is a nice little area where you could potentially put a hot tub. It's something that others have talked about potentially doing. And there is a nice electrical outlet there. You just have to figure out the plumbing. And then this way, you've got another larger patio space. And off in the corner, there actually is a gas hookup for a barbecue. So if you wanted to have this be your primary outdoor space, there's a hookup for barbecue there. This home was remodeled in 2015, and that included the exterior paint as well. So that paint is only about four years old or so. So we're going to head back inside. And I'll let Kevin lead the way back up the stairs.
Oh, this way?
Yep.
Hello everyone, thanks for joining. Please leave a comment or a reaction. If you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer them.
So as you can see, this floor is all about the view. Floor to ceiling windows. It's unbelievable. So the previous owner in 2015, 2016 did a remodel of the kitchen and then the bathrooms upstairs. So you'll see here this kitchen custom built. He opened up the wall. Those kitchen counters here in the bar area are actually glass. It's a glass counter, custom built. And then of course you have high-end appliances, a Lieber extra wide refrigerator, a nice huge double oven, and then of course a really great pantry space for all your extra stuff. My favorite, of course, pull-out drawers. Love those. And then to the right, you have a deck. Again, another place for your barbecue, a table, and of course, unbelievable views. And the deck goes all the way to the right. And if he pans over to the water view to the right, there's a dock on that side. That is the West Seattle water taxi. So I've talked about this in my marketing remarks, but you are literally a 10-minute walk down the hill to the water taxi, and then it's a 10-minute ride across the bay. So from your door to the downtown area, you're 20 minutes. It's amazing. So for people who eventually will go back to work downtown, this location is hard to beat. This house is ideal for entertaining with this open space. You can put a huge table there. Theirs obviously does fold out. They've got the great custom sofas over there. And as we walk down these stairs, this is the TV room down here. So for those of you that don't like to have a TV in your formal living space, this is ideal with a gas fireplace. And bonus space, this was left over from the previous remodel and it was original to the house. So you got a nice little bar area with the built-in sink. The home has 4 decks. So here's one here. We saw the other one off the living room, and then there's 2 more upstairs. And upstairs, we've got views of Mount Rainier. But on a day like today, it's fantastic to have the doors open. And we'll go upstairs now. And as you go up the stairs, there's a small little powder room to the left. One thing I love about these stairs is it's so sunny. They have a nice skylight there at the top and all these windows. The home does face west, so it gets in a lot of light anyway, and then the addition of the skylight really helps facilitate the light. So we'll head right first. There are 3 bedrooms and 2 baths on this level, and they're all really spacious. So this first guest bedroom is huge. We've got 2 built-in drawers, cabinets, and then a closet. And then again, you've got another deck. So this is our 3rd deck. And as you go out to this deck and look to the right, you're gonna see Mount Rainier. And I see the water taxi coming our way. So you could just sit here and go, huh. By the time it gets a little closer, you can literally watch it come in, leave your house, and jump on it.
That's so perfect.
Those kayakers better watch out though, they're right in the way. Additional storage here. And then the 2nd bedroom right now is used for my client's grandchildren. Kind of a kid's playroom and office space. There is a closet to the right, but again, tons of windows. And it has a really unique curve in this room. It mimics the lower level curve in the dining room. In the living room. And then last but not least, of course, the master, which is one of the best parts of the house. So again, really spacious room, own private deck, tons of windows, and then a huge ensuite bathroom that again was redone by the previous owner about 4 years ago. So you have sort of a his and hers closet space, double sink, additional storage in the walls there, and this amazing custom bathroom with a huge soaking tub. use window coverings when you've got that kind of view with no neighbors to worry about.
I could stay here all day.
Yep.
Another great view of the skyline.
Here goes the water taxi. And the other great thing about the water taxi is my family also lives here in this neighborhood, and we would take it to go to the Sounders games and Mariners games. So again, you just walk down the hill. The water taxi does take the Orca card. So if you have a bus pass from your work, you just swipe it and you're good to go. You're also allowed to bring your bikes. So for those people who do work downtown and want to bike to their office, that works as well. So Kevin, you're not from West Seattle. You've visited a few times already, of course.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts about West Seattle? Maybe you could share with people who aren't as familiar with this neighborhood.
Yeah, for sure. So I drove over from Belltown, downtown, and just along the way, along the waterfront, it's just so pristine, beautiful, tree-lined streets. I feel like I'm just pretty much on vacation.
Yeah.
Like you just kind of stroll along the water, take a dip. I don't know, it just feels so comfortable.
Yeah, tranquil. Yeah, I get that oftentimes. People will say, you know, West Seattle feels like a suburb. It feels like once you're here, you don't have quite the hustle and bustle that you do maybe with neighborhoods like Ballard or Queen Anne. And that's true, definitely. I've been in West Seattle for 25 years now. And there's so many great neighborhoods in Seattle, but clearly West Seattle kind of has a special place in my heart because of that. But you know, once you're here, you don't really need to leave. You've got the Alaska Junction, which has tons of great restaurants, lots of shopping, you know, Whole Foods, Met Market, PCC, you name it. West Seattle kind of has excessive amounts of grocery stores, Trader Joe's, and then we have a full-size Target and Marshall's. Of course, you've got the Vashon Ferry. So once you're here, you don't need to leave. And I think that's another thing about West Seattle that makes it really unique is just being able to kind of have that sort of quieter city lifestyle, yet be super close to downtown when you need to be. So yeah.
And this water ferry is so perfect to just hop on and off from downtown, head back over, or if you need to make a trip out to work or...
Yep. And the other thing about this neighborhood in particular, North Admiral, so we're almost the very northern point of West Seattle. So there's also lots of walkability just within this neighborhood as well. So just like 5 or 6 houses down to the north, we've got Hamilton Viewpoint Park, which is a real favorite part of this neighborhood. Back when we were having 4th of July and New Year's Eve fireworks, that's a great spot to go check out those fireworks. Of course, from this house, you don't need to leave your house. But for those of us that don't have that view, it's a really nice view. But if you have a dog and maybe your dog, you feel like you need a little bit bigger yard space, Hamilton Viewpoint Park has huge lawn space. And so it's not technically an off-leash park, but there are lots of spots where you can walk your dog. And then of course, as you walk to the south, you've got the Admiral Junction, where you've got the Met Market, PCC, Admiral Movie Theater, and a bunch of other restaurants right there. So from a walkability point of view, there's a lot to do here. One of my favorite things to do is there's a perfect 3-mile loop. So if you're an avid walker or runner, again, you just kind of go down the hill, walk around the point around Alki, and then you come up a street called Bon Air, and that's a perfect 3-mile walking loop. So you get a nice little connection to the water and then some hill action as you come back up Bon Air. So again, location-wise, you can't beat just the walkability and connection to downtown for sure. So any anybody have any questions or thoughts for anybody that happened to pop on at all? We're here to answer anything for you, of course. We could sit down a little bit and chat a little bit more about just kind of the real estate market in general, if you want. Okay.
Hi, Jane.
Oh.
Thanks for joining us. Maybe we can flip this around.
Perfect. Yeah, and there's a chair right here too. So yeah, I mean, obviously a huge benefit of a home like this is walkability, move-in ready condition, and accessibility to downtown. There's really not much to do to this house. It's pretty much one and done. And having the attached two-car garage is also really helpful. I've got Kevin here. Jane's wondering, who is that?
So, hello.
Kevin, you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
For sure. I'm one of the new agents here in the Capitol Hill office of Coldwell Banker Bain. I actually moved from the East Coast to Seattle last fall, so I'm still new to the area, but I fall in love with all the different neighborhoods here. I love the hiking, the nature. There's just so many great things to do here. And I'm so happy to be here in West Seattle because, like, look at this view. Like, I live in the downtown Belltown area, but I don't get to see the city from this vantage point, and it's just so stunning. I could just like sit on one of these decks and stare out all day long.
Yeah, I think I could too. Yeah, I think honestly, I feel like sometimes West Seattle is slightly underappreciated. Obviously, the bridge right now is a bit of a challenge, but there really is no neighborhood in Seattle where you get these types of views, especially for the money. Obviously the south end of Queen Anne, you've got some amazing views of downtown, but it's a little more limited. You don't really get the full embrace of the water and watching the ferries like you do here in West Seattle. And I think just in general, West Seattle, because it is a peninsula, obviously we have so many more neighborhoods where you have great view opportunities and lots of view homes, and also just the connection to the water in general. It's so easy, like I said, to walk down the hill and you're already, boom, you're right there. Next to the water taxi is one of our favorite restaurants, Marination. We like to walk there in the summer. Right now, of course, they're also doing pickup orders. There's also a really fantastic kayak rental place right next there as well. So a couple of my neighbors went there last night. I mean, of course, if you have your own, that's great, but for $20 an hour, why not just help somebody here locally and rent a couple kayaks just for a nice little hour or two evening type of activity. So again, the house is unbelievable in terms of the floor plan, the flexible spaces. You can't really compare in terms of just having the ability to have so many flex spaces is really nice. So while this space here is great for entertaining, if you have kids or if you like to kind of have a messier TV room, that's off to the side. You've got that lower level for guests. There is a door as you go down the stairs. There is a door that you can close that off. So if your guests feel like they need more privacy, that door can be closed so they can have a little more privacy. And then having 3 huge bedrooms upstairs. Again, one of those rooms you could use as your office, although you may not get much work done if you're staring at that view every day in the summer. But so there's just a lot of ways to live in this house and to really make it flexible as your lifestyle changes or your family changes to evolve to accompany that. So I think that's kind of all I have to talk about the house. Do you have any other thoughts or anything?
No, I could just see myself enjoying this view and just spending time on the decks and then a great lawn. So
Yeah.
I think there's a great atmosphere both indoors and outdoors.
Well, I think with that, the only thing we really need to do is just leave you with, of course, the view, because that's what we're all about. So we really appreciate you joining us for our walkthrough. We hope you've been able to learn a little bit more about this great house, the view, and if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call.